This is my new front porch. Well, new flooring for it at least. I thought this would be a weekend project, but I was so wrong. The demolition was a multi-weekend, ever-worsening nightmare. If you want to catch the fun stuff, putting in the new floors, that's part 2. Just follow the link above. When we had this place inspected prior to purchasing, the inspector noted there was a little bit of dry rot on the front porch, took a screwdriver and jammed it right through just to prove his point. I figured, okay, a little dry rot, I'll just dig it out, and I got this wood hardening and epoxy filler. Figured I could just fill in the little gaps. I started digging in last night though, and it's just all rotted up. When we had C-Town Services replace all of our knob and tube wiring shortly after we moved in, we got a first-hand look at the water damage in our basement. This was a ceiling panel that was directly underneath our front porch. I started pulling up the boards, and it was disturbingly easy. You can see the ends are in pretty bad shape, even if the rest of the wood is decent. Same with the tongue and groove, it's ready to fall apart. It really is. Oh no. Some of the subflooring is rotted through. Oh geez. Whew, that's not good. This board is so done. Now I can see right down in the basement.
So are these not rotted? Okay, but
some of them are. I mean, so like I can scratch along it and nothing's coming off. So they're fine. Some of them around here are not. Like I can scratch out of it.
Ooh, I can see under it now.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, Joe. It's bad news.
Yeah, what about it?
I wish I'd done this sooner.
well, you know,
I don't walk
he's
with.
supposed to know that.
Yeah, that it was this bad. This was late September, and that means Seattle's rainy season, like tonight, was only a few weeks away. A weekend project became an emergency. I needed to get a huge amount of work done prior to what turned out to be the rainiest Seattle autumn on record. Every project in this house turns into 2 or 3 projects. The subfloor needed to be replaced. But as I started ripping that out, some of the boards, they just puffed into dust. I looked closer and there were all these tiny little holes bored into the wood, and it wasn't just the subfloor. One of the joists was in bad shape as well. Was it termites? I mean, my stomach just fell past my feet and all the way through the floor and into the basement. I called up our exterminator, Paratex, and they came out to look. They said it was wood-boring beetles, powder pest beetles, which, well, not good, it's a much better scenario than subterranean termites. The exterminator said it looked like a very old infestation, but just to be safe, I should cut out all the affected wood. I pulled out my jigsaw and carved out a sample, and thank God, the damage was only an inch across an angled section of the top of one joist. This old house has this rule of thumb, divide the length of the joist by 2 and add 2, and that's how high the joist should be. So at 14 feet, my joist should be 9 inches high, and they're 10 inches. Just to be sure, I sistered some fresh 2x10s onto several spots and added some additional cross supports as well. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for part 2, where I put in the new flooring. This is my new house in West Seattle. It's a century old, with half a century of deferred maintenance, and a couple of odd decisions by the last homeowner. Subscribe to my channel to catch all the different projects that I undertake to get this place updated.